to the Sim Podcast Show. I'm your co-host, Sirik, and I'm always joined by my co-host, Ron. What a run.
What's going on?
You know what we do? We talk about the National Football League on a weekly basis, including the playoffs. Ron, we just witnessed both our teams go to battle.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about it when the time comes. But how you feeling about week 4?
I'm ready to turn the page on this past week. I don't think either of us feel excited about what we saw on Sunday, so I am ready to go to week 4. The early Sunday game will be the Steelers playing, so
it's a morning show, right?
Yeah,
a morning game.
That means by like 1 o'clock, I'd actually just like chill and relax. Maybe spend some time with the family and stuff, depending on what the 1 o'clock games look like.
Stop ignoring them. This is different. Has Pittsburgh ever played overseas?
Yeah. Last year they were in was it Brazil, I think?
Oh wow.
Or Mexico City or something like that.
Oh yeah, Mexico City. Yeah. I will say this, that every time a team plays overseas, you don't know what's gonna happen. It could be good, it could be bad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just
the field, the travel
and preparing, just your schedule's just completely different, right, than what you would normally face, whether you're playing at home or on the road for a domestic game. It's your routine is just thrown completely off. So you don't know what you're going to necessarily expect, but we'll hopefully get a good game from both teams and come out with like no injuries or anything crazy like that.
Okay, so this is episode 130. What do we have on the agenda? We have the NFL news. We have the previous week's game, including our teams. Then we have our power rankings for the week 4. We have the game predictions, our team's predictions, and we always end up with our upset special. Ron, let's start with the NFL news, and they're making a change in the New York Giants. The QB, Russell's out, Dart is in. You think he waited just enough, just right, or is it a couple more weeks? Do you think he'll be ready?
For Dart?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he'll be playing this week, regardless if he's ready or not.
Because I'm just surprised that it's basically the top 3, one of the top 3s in the NFL, and he just throw him to the fire.
Top 3 what? As far as yards and stuff?
Top 3 NFL teams, period. I think that if you're going to have a rookie quarterback, why would you put him against the Chargers?
Oh, I see. The guys, as far as who they're playing.
Yeah.
It was time. Russell Wilson, listen, I know the week before he threw for like 400 something yards, but he also threw the interception the end of the game. And then this week,
I mean, it was against Dallas.
Yeah.
And Dallas made Caleb Williams look good. So, come on.
Yeah. And this week, right, they were in the red zone a couple times and failed to score. I told you that I had, I picked the Giants to win this game. And you and I saw the game. It was a Sunday night game. And the whole first half, I felt like they dominated, just didn't score points, I believe they were down. What was it? Looking at it, the 9-6 at half. But I felt like they made so many mistakes offensively. I was like, okay, they'll pick things up. The Giants will, and they'll end up winning the game. And that's not what happened. In fact, Russell Wilson had a couple opportunities at the end in the red zone, and just was throwing the ball out the end zone. So it was time for Dart. We know exactly what Russell was or is. He's a backup quarterback at this stage of the game. I think they're moving to Dart a little earlier than what they may have pre-planned, but it's an inevitable move. And
I mean, 0-3, they're not really going to go 1-3. I mean, I guess you can say that Green Bay and Cleveland, but this is not Cleveland. We're talking about a good quarterback, a good defense. Like, what I'm saying is, if they go 0-4, is this going to save Brian Dable's job?
No, so that's what I was going to mention, right? it was inevitable that they were going to move to Dart. I said at the beginning of the year, Dart's going to play at some point. As a matter of fact, I see all three quarterbacks still playing. I still feel that way. I still feel at some point Winston's going to play, just because he does. He always plays. But nothing is going to save Dable's job, right? Because, these games were all winnable games. And he's the one making calling the plays. And these struggles have gone beyond this year, right? I mean, if you date back to like last year, the year after, especially now that you're seeing all the success that Daniel Jones is having, not on the Jets, how much success Barkley's having, again, not on the Giants. It's eventually the sword's going to land on Daboll. It's just a matter of, does he make it through to the end of the season, or is it sometime in the middle of the season where he's fired?
I'm just looking at the Giants schedule: Chargers, Saints, Eagles, Broncos, Eagles again.
Yeah,
I mean,
he might not make it. He might not make it to the
end.
Yeah.
If they run this late and they still haven't had a win by the time they play the Eagles a second time, I think Brian Daboll is out.
And here's why it's important to stick with your plan in the offseason, right? You make this change now. You just ran through that gauntlet of teams that Dart will have to go in and play. If he goes 0-4, what are you going to do? Are you going to pull him out and ruin his confidence because now you're like 0-7? So to me, they should have stuck with the plan. They know what it was. I'm sure they hope to get off to a better start. But the fans were growing frustrated. Russell Wilson isn't their future. He never was. But, you just don't want to play that seesaw, with your rookie quarterback. But hopefully he can go in there, bring some sort of spark, win or lose, and can, inspire some confidence in the rest of the team and the rest of the players. Because right now, I think there's a lot of frustration. Not just with the fans, but with the players themselves.
Yeah, just to me, it looks like forget about saving his job, because I think his job is unsavable. But like you said, you got a rookie. He needs development. Don't, unless he's hurt, which I think Russell Wilson is the backup. So Winston is the third option. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So Dart goes in this week and throws, let's say, 3 interceptions. Got the Saints after that. That's easy. But, they play, like you said, a tough team. If he regresses or, just doesn't perform well, you're not going to go back to, I don't care if he's number 2. We saw what you had with Russell Wilson already. You can keep him at number 2 all you want, but fans will go ballistic if you put Russell Wilson back in. So I just don't see that happening. Or I don't see that happening with you as the head coach. You can probably be fired and they'll have somebody else make that decision.
The other side of news, Ron, is Penix out indefinite? I know that Raheem Morris was, very adamant about, oh no, he's going to be our main guy. But you think that Penix is too much hype, or is he really like, this is going to be the savior, not Cousins?
I don't think. I do think there was too much hype, and I do think that he's not the savior. I think he's an average quarterback. I think he'd be probably a decent backup in the league. I just don't think he's a franchise material. I never have, but they picked him where they picked him, so they're gonna have to they're not gonna bench him at this point. I think they just need to ride it out and hope that he can develop and grow. But I understand there's some added pressure on those coaches as well to make sure that they, that the Falcons continue to get better every year. So, we'll see what happens. It's still young in Penix's career. So, he just needs to continue to work as hard as possible, and there'll be better games for sure than what happened this past week.
I'm just looking to see who are they playing next. The Commanders. So if let's say they lose that game and it's ugly, it's at home, so it shouldn't be too bad, but it's ugly again. Will they make the switch again to Cousins.
I mean, what other choice do they have?
Yeah.
You know,
because I mean, he is getting paid handsomely.
Yeah, they'd be 1-3 if they lose this week. And you got Tampa. I don't know who they're playing at this point, but if Tampa wins and they're 4-0, and you're trying to win the division and get in the playoffs, you're going to have to make a change, I would think.
The other set of news, Ron, is the Hall of Fame class is out. Do you have a problem with any of these inductees? Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald. Then you got a guy. The other finalists are Eli Manning, Fred Taylor, Steve Smith, Reggie Wayne, Marshall, Terrell Sugg, Darren Woodson. Oh, those are just returning. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at who else is on there. Ooh, no, because I saw Steelers out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this. Just trying to think. There might be like Hines Ward that's eligible. There might be some other guys from a Steelers standpoint that might be eligible, but you know, we'll see. When's the voting actually take place? Not for a while, right?
Yeah, I don't think the voting takes place. Let me just check, because now I got my names all wrong on there. I know Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald, but then I saw a Steelers guy. Let's see.
Oh, you got Maurice Pouncey.
Yes, Maurice Pouncey. Yes. Mm-hmm. And there was Eric Allen, cornerback. I think he's already in there. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that they actually pick contemporary guys that are now like, they just retired 5 years ago, and now they become eligible. I think this is legit. I don't know how many of them are actually gonna get in, but I think that's a legit group.
It's not necessarily about whether or not those guys deserve to get in. I think it's always, when you look at like the selection, who's selected, you need to take a look at who's been waiting the longest and who deserves to get in, right? So I mentioned Hines Ward. He's not in there yet. Should Maurice Pouncey be, now that he's eligible, should he be automatic ahead of Hines Ward's? And I'm sure there's tons of other older players, guys that have retired 15, 20 years ago that probably deserve to finally get their chance to get in. So, we'll see. I don't think it should necessarily just focus on the more recent guys. I think they need to look at the entire list of players that have played and go back and make sure, especially while people are alive too. Don't wait till players pass away to say, you know what, I'm going to move them into the Hall of Fame. That makes no sense.
I think one year I saw someone who passed away, and it was like their granddaughter accepting that's bad. That is bad. That's why I'm saying, like, yes, there are some contemporary out there, and there are some people that have been waiting a long time. But if you get them now while they're still alive, while they're still young,
yeah,
I don't know who voted, the journalists, the writers. I don't know who voted. So, anyways, let's get into week number 2. Week
3.
number 4. It's week 4 that we're going, but let's review week number 3 and let's look at our season total. Still around, we both tied for week number 3, 10-10. 34 for you, 31 for me. Are there any surprises from last week other than that Cleveland Green Bay game?
No, not at all. But we got to talk about the matchup, right? Patriots and Steelers.
Can you remember it? Can you remember it at least? Yeah,
that's a good question. Yeah. We had quite.
We went hard.
Yeah,
we went hard.
We did.
It's okay.
But yeah, I do remember it. It was kind of a boring game, both like sloppy,
very sloppy
by both teams, to be quite honest with you. And started off hot. Steelers went up 14-0, and then from there, They didn't do anything until the end.
I mean, I remember looking up at the scoreboard because obviously New England had a lot of turnovers, but what was the Steelers offense doing? That was my question to you. Every time at the end of every quarter, I was like, your offense isn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
We're literally giving you the ball.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't do anything in the running game. Warren, 2.6 yards per carry. Couldn't do anything there. And then I think, there's still a trust issue. I think we had talked about this in Massachusetts. Rodgers and Arthur Smith, they don't trust the offensive line, and for good reason. So they don't dial up a lot of like deep shots or mid-range shots. They haven't at all. He has like the lowest average air yards per target or something like that.
They were really good inside the 20.
Yeah,
they were really good.
Yeah, they're one of the best teams in the red zone. I think they're like top 3 or 4 in the red zone this year, which is surprising considering where they were the last like 5 or 6 years. But outside of the red zone, they just have not had a lot of success because Rodgers doesn't like to get hit. There's not a lot of deep routes, like I said, and so it's the pass game has really been an extension of the run game with like all the screen passes, slant passes that they're throwing, and when those don't work, then you're out there punting, and that's kind of what happened. I think like midway through the game, they weren't able to connect on a lot of like the short stuff, and we had really no answer until the very end. So, but it's the play calling, it's the offensive line cohesiveness. There's a lot wrong with the offense. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know that the game was basically given to the Steelers because the Patriots could not hold on to the ball. Whether it was Drake May fumbling, whether it was Drake May interceptions, whether it was Ramondre Stevenson, which, by the way, he's not even getting first rep this week because it's Trayvon Henderson. This is his show now.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 running backs, you cannot trust them.
Yeah.
And they can't do anything with Stevenson because they just gave him an extension last year. So it's not like there's another team that's going to take him off your hands. And obviously, you're not going to release him and take the hit on the cap.
Yeah.
So it's, it's a work in progress. I was surprised that the game was that close.
It shouldn't have been.
Because I really thought that Pittsburgh was just going to handle their business.
Yeah.
But it was close. I mean, 4th and 2, that was debated all day on Monday, all day on Tuesday. Because, the game was on the line and he didn't make it. And that's what the game ended. But
I'm trying to go back to see what our predictions were. It looks like you had 20-17, and I had 23-20. So I mean, we predicted
close game,
a close, low scoring game, which is exactly what it was. But it was so much like bad football. That's the only way to explain it. Like especially on the Patriots side with all their turnovers, all
their penalties. I think there were penalized. There was 7 penalties for 54 yards, and Steelers had 8 penalties for 59 yards. It was just bad football.
Yeah.
It was undisciplined. It was, basically. I know back when Bill Belichick was on the team, we did what the Steelers did. We were like, we're going to wait for the other team to make a mistake.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
But the Patriots made 5 mistakes.
Yeah.
So, and not including the penalties. So, it was just bad football all around. Really, Pittsburgh should have taken this game and just gone with it.
Right.
I don't know what happened. Does that mean that Drake May is not the franchise guy? No, that is not true at all. He still needs development. He still needs to when I'm running with the ball, I need to hang on with both hands. Like just fundamentals.
Yeah.
Fundamentals.
For sure. He has a lot of room to grow for sure, but he has the tools, so he's got to get improved. He's got to learn to hold on to the ball. Looking at his season stats so far, He's averaging 260 yards per game. They're throwing a lot though, which, I think they probably need to be a little bit more balanced as an offense, but 2 interceptions so far and, 2 fumbles lost as well. So,
37 times is a lot. He was barely underneath 30 last game and they won. It's just that if you put too much on his plate, if you leave it to him to win this game, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in trouble. He's not there yet.
Yep.
I feel like he's still like he wants to be the man, but you're not there yet. And I think that happened a lot with Josh Allen at the beginning, where he tried to do it all and he figured out, oh, let me not do it all. Let the coach and the team take over. But 45 yards on the ground, that's pretty good for a quarterback. It's disappointing, but at the same time, this is all part of the development. Next week, we have Carolina for week 4. So let's see what happens. Let's see how they play.
Yeah.
It's a home game, so let's see. Ron, who is in your power ranking?
Yeah, so let's look. I got Philly and Buffalo, 1 and 2. That has not changed at all since week 1. I've had those 2 teams as my top 2. I do have a change at number 3. So with Green Bay loss, I got Detroit moving into number 3. I got Tampa moving into number 4. The Chargers at 5. Green Bay, I dropped them to 6. Indy, I think I moved them up 1 spot to 7. Washington, without Jaden Daniels, found a way to win, so I got them at 8. I moved San Fran in. That's my new team in the top 10. I got them at number 9. And Baltimore, with their second loss, I have them at number 10. I think this is a very critical week for them. They got Kansas City this week. They lose that, they're going to be out of my top 10. I can tell you that.
Well, Baltimore, I already have them out of my top 10. So I put Philly on there. I think last week I had Green Bay. Let me just check really quickly, because I think after that comeback win against the Rams, I have found new respect for hers. So yeah, I had Green Bay last week. Philadelphia takes the 1 spot. Then I have Buffalo. I moved up the Chargers to number 3. Green Bay 4. Tampa Bay 5. I got Detroit at number 6. Denver, I got a 7. Indy at 8. I got San Fran at number 9. And then I got Cincinnati back in. Only because right now they're in the top of the division, and I could not include them. I was like, you're in the toughest division arguably in football, and you're leading it. I think you deserve to be number 1, at least in my top 10.
I'm surprised you still got Denver in there with 2 losses now.
I did, because this is the only team other than Baltimore that I feel should be in the top 10. Is because the thing is, like, are we saying that Bo Nix, it's not good anymore?
Well, he hasn't been.
Or are we saying that the defense, it's still there? I know last year the defense was really good. But is the defense taking a step back, or is it that Bo Nix is not good anymore?
I think it's both.
Yeah, I mean, are you still like Denver to win that division?
Probably not. But it was a toss up for me between Denver and Chargers. I really wanted to put the Chargers, but I went with Denver just because of the way they play in the preseason. I was like, okay, everyone's expecting this big jump from Knicks. Let me choose Denver. But now looking back, and I think we had talked about this too on our trip, the Chargers are a team that no one's really paying too much attention to, giving them enough credit. But they are a Super Bowl team in my eyes, and it sucks that they lost Najee for the season, because I do think you need depth. I think it's way too early to be losing like key players like that. But they're going to be a team down the stretch if they can kind of stay healthy and find another number 2 running back. They're going to be, especially with the way this guy's playing, their quarterback's playing.
Yeah, he's playing lights out right now. So let's look at the games for week number 4, Ron. And let's start with Thursday night game. We got Seattle Seahawks at Arizona Cardinals. Seahawks are favored by 1.5, which I found kind of surprising, but 43.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle here. I am surprised with the spread. I think Seattle's a really good team. I would consider them close to top 10 team for sure. Give me Seattle to win this one.
I pick Seattle too. I think that division is very competitive because, you got the Niners, you got the Arizona, and you got Seattle, and even the Rams at some point. They eventually will get it together.
Yeah.
But give me Seattle to win this game against Cardinals. Sunday morning, actually. This is the Ireland game. We'll skip it for now because that's your team. So we'll go to the next game. Commanders at the Falcons. Washington is favored again. What's with the spread? 1.5.
Yeah.
44.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I would imagine this is probably because Jaden Daniels' status is still kind of up in the air a little bit, but I'm still going with Washington.
But we're talking about the Falcons, though. Why is it 1.5?
No, I don't know.
Them a lot of points from them?
I think they're expecting a bounce back after last week's crappy performance. It's almost like a must-win situation for them. So, but I'm going with Washington.
I'm going with Washington too. I mean, I think I saw something that they're like in the top 5 scoring, even with Mariota as quarterback. I don't think the Falcons are there yet. So give me Washington to win this one. Next game, Saints at the Bills. This was the highest spread of the week. 15.5 for
Be the
Buffalo.
highest all season.
47.5 is the spread. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. Listen, it's at home. This is, even if they do take a nap and, don't take Saints seriously, they're still going to win. And they're still going to win by double digits. So give me Buffalo to win this one easily.
Do you think Buffalo gets the number 1 seed in the AFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, something drastic would have to happen. They're obviously going to win the division easily because I think the only only team that has a win is the Patriots.
Yeah.
Jets, Miami don't have a win yet. This is gonna be a cupcake. So give me Buffalo.
Well, I mean, how many teams get the 1 seed? Just one, right? So,
and then they get the bye week.
Yeah, Chargers will probably give them a fight for it if they keep doing what they're doing.
I mean, Chargers. Are they 3-0 already in the division? Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think Chargers might give them a challenge. Is it 15.5? You think that it goes over or under?
I can see it going over.
Yeah, I don't know about the Buffalo defense, but the Saints they don't have a quarterback. So.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo by themselves will score at least 30 points. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so too. The next game, got the Browns at the Lions. Lions are favored by 9.5. 44.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, Browns looked good last week. Forget it. Detroit, I think offensively is a much different team. Give me Detroit to win this one.
Now, do you think, because they just came up beating Green Bay and now they got Detroit, do you think that Detroit has a better offense than Green Bay?
Yeah, so by far.
You think that, because I just want to look at the spread for week number 3 against Green Bay. What was the spread? So the spread was 7.5. This one is 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
So even Vegas is saying they have a better offense. The next game, Chargers at the New York Giants. Chargers are favored by 6.5. 44.5 is the over and under. Ron, what'd you go with?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers, but I do think I would exercise caution with this game for anyone who's gambling because you got a brand new quarterback, you're rookie. There's going to be so much excitement in New England. In New York for Jackson Dart. I think they'll be able to open up the offense a little bit more. Use Dart's young legs. He's a good runner. Scattaboo, the running back too. He's been providing a spark. This could be an upset. I didn't choose it as my upset special, but I'm gonna stick with the Chargers to win this one. But just be careful with that 6.5 point spread.
Yeah, I think New York is gonna open it up for Jackson. I still think that the Chargers are gonna attempt to run the ball, and they only gonna pass unless it's necessary. But yeah, I got the Chargers winning this one. Next game, the Eagles come to Tampa. Eagles are favored at 3.5. 43.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Listen, Tampa matches up really well against Philly. They have, for the past 2 seasons. Not having Mike Evans is going to be huge. But I'm still taking Tampa to win this one. I like Tampa. I think, it's going to be difficult for the Eagles to run against that front. So give me Tampa. I'm a Mayfield believer.
Listen, I love Baker Mayfield as much as the next person, but I think that Philadelphia has a better team. And I know that Tampa lost, the center just recently.
They lost like 3 guys so far from their offensive line.
And for some reason, they don't wake up till the fourth quarter, third quarter. And I think Philly's going to play a complete game. That's why I went with Philly. But 3.5 is about right. I think this might be a field goal difference here. The next game, Titans at Texans. This is Texans are favored at 7.5. 38.5 is the over and under. Ron, who'd you go with?
Yeah, Houston finally comes off of their,
0-3.
0-3 start and gets a win here. They lose this, you better fire everybody. They got to win this. Houston, give me Houston to win.
Yeah, Houston at home. Throw the kitchen sink. You got to win this game.
Yeah.
You must win this game. And if you don't win this game, whose fault is it? Is it the coaching? Is it the players? Is it the front office? Who do you blame?
I mean, all the above, but I think CJ Stroud has to take a lot of the criticism.
Because this is year number 3. So out of the 3 years, you were really, really good the first year, and then you fell off.
Yeah.
And, I saw an interview where he was like, "Oh, I'm tired of going to the playoffs and not winning." Well, you have a chance of not going to the playoffs at all.
I know. Right now, you don't have to worry about that.
It's like, let's take it one game at a time there, buddy. Yeah. He was making promises that he cannot keep. Let's jump a couple of games. Baltimore Ravens at Kansas City Chiefs. Ravens are favored by 2.5. 40.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I am taking Kansas City. Listen, Kansas City, they won a fairly close game with the Giants on the road, but this one is at home. Baltimore, I feel like they desperately needs a win here. But I think Kansas City, Mahomes, his magic. Why is this not the primetime game? I don't know. I think Kansas City will do enough to win this one. So give me Kansas City.
I don't know why the Cowboys keep getting all these primetime games. I just don't know. I picked Baltimore. I know that. Listen, their offense is legit because I think they're averaging just above 30 points a game. Something about their defense is just not clicking, and I know that I don't think they have any drastic injuries on the team. So what's going on? You just have to look at the coaching. What's going on with the coaching? However, Kansas City couldn't put up points with the Giants until the second half. It's what's going on? Do you not have the personnel? Yes, that's what it is. You're throwing the ball to Tyquan Thorne and Juju Smith. I don't think that's enough. Give me Baltimore to end the streak of. I almost get the vibes from last year where they were faltering and then they won 8 in a row or something. I just think that they haven't figured out what's working, what not.
Well, I mean, neither of these teams. If you choose Baltimore to win, that means Kansas City drops to 1-3, and I know for sure they won't panic. But I don't think either of these teams want to fall. They're already in last place, but they don't want to fall to like third. 3 losses already.
Yeah, because they're in. Both teams are in tough divisions. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not a division where you can go, oh, we'll make it up as we go.
Right.
I mean, even Cincinnati is looking all right.
Yeah.
Yes. The next game, the Bears at the Raiders. Bears are favored by 1.5. 47.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Give me Chicago. I don't think there's been as many teams besides the Saints that have looked as bad as the Raiders. Raiders have looked awful. That offensive line is horrendous. I feel I feel bad for Genty because I saw some stat the other day. He has as many yards rushing as his yards after contact, meaning like every single time he touches the ball, he's getting touched, behind the line of scrimmage essentially. So it's ridiculous. Their blocking is so bad. Give me Chicago to win this one. I think they'll actually win by a lot. 1.5 seems very small. Give me Chicago to win easily.
I also picked Chicago. I don't think Brady can save this team. I thought that they were going to give Washington maybe some fits last week, but no, they laid down fast. I think I saw an interview where they were asking Chip Kelly, hey, when are you going to give Genty the ball? And I was like, he is giving him the ball, but they're not doing anything blocking.
You can't block,
but he can't say that.
Yeah.
Because at his team, he was like, oh, I'm going to try to implement him more often. No, I feel like you are, and it's not working.
Yeah. It's even worse than when Barkley was in the Giants, because the Giants had terrible blocking, but at least Barkley had a few runs that was able to break. Genty's not seeing any room whatsoever.
Sunday night game again. Packers at Cowboys. Packers are favored by 6.5. 47.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, it's a big spread for me. But Green Bay, I can tell you, after losing this past week, they're going to be amped. And I can tell you that Parsons specifically is going to be amped to go back and, sack Prescott and show the owner, it was a mistake trading him. So give me Green Bay to win. I think it's been an exciting game. I think, Dak will want to win as well. But I think Lamb is out, right? I don't see Dallas having a chance, to be honest with you. So give me Green Bay.
I also got Green Bay winning this game. I don't know why they got the Sunday night slot. This is because it's not like we're watching bad football, but at the same time, we're watching no defense from Cowboys at all. Like, no defense. I don't know what's going on with Diggs. I don't know what's going on with the rest of the team. Give me Green Bay to win this game. Monday night, 2 games on the docket. First game is the matchups of the unwinnable teams. The Jets versus the Dolphins. At the Dolphins are favored at 2.5. 45.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
I'm going to assume Fields will clear concussion protocol and be able to play. So give me the Jets to win this one.
Give me the Jets to win this one. They just have a better personnel. They have a better running crew. Yes, Fields is going to be there, but, they just have I think Aaron Glenn, even though he came close to being the Bucs last week, they just have a better team. And I don't know that 2.5, it might go down to like 1.5. The last game, the Bengals at the Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored by 7.5. 44.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, give me Denver. If they somehow lose this game, then yes, I will make it official and change my pick. And for that division. But Denver is a better team. They should win this game. So give me Denver to win this one.
I also have Denver, but I'm going to play devil's advocate, Ron. What if they lose this game? I think they go to 1-3, right?
Yeah.
Which is the same record that I predict would happen to Kansas City. So out of those two teams, who do you think has second place? Because obviously the Chargers are going to be first.
Oh, I would trust Kansas City more.
Yeah, me too. I think that this is the year that Bo Nix. I feel like almost everyone does bad as a sophomore, but I didn't think Bo Nix fell into that because he's a coach's son, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But he's just not doing it. He's just not doing it. So let's talk about our teams, Ron. Carolina at New England. Point spread is 5.5 for New England. 44.5 is the over and under. Ron, what's your prediction?
Yeah, lots of questions about the Patriots and what the hell they're doing offensively, especially after this past week. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, when I first wrote a prediction down here, I thought Carolina could go in there and win, and I still do. I still think they have a chance to win this one, but I'm gonna put some faith in your coach to get the job done. I don't have a lot of confidence though, so I'm going with a close score of 23-20. Patriots winning this one.
You know, I was gonna have the Patriots 35-14. Then I simmered down to 28-14 with the Patriots winning. I think that they roll out Trayvon Henderson. I think that they tell Drake May, this dude, you cannot turn the ball over like that.
You think just telling him not to turn the ball over will be enough?
Yeah, because he can play conservative when he wants to. But if it's too much, if the pressure's on, he just fumbles. He just throws the picks. So I think that all that's gonna clean up. I don't know about the penalties. I think the penalties come with like repetition. They definitely don't get enough. But I think that they come out, especially at home, especially against Carolina. I don't like Young at all, Bryce Young. So give me them to right the ship, so to speak.
So we both got them winning. What happens if they lose?
Oh, what happens if they lose? I mean, anything can go. Well, it depends. Are they going to have 5 turnovers again? Or is it going to be like a cleaner game that they just happen to lose because they didn't score enough? So we have to see what happens. Yeah. So the next game, Minnesota at Pittsburgh. This is the Ireland game. 2.5 is Minnesota favored. 40.5 is the over and under. They don't expect a lot of points, huh?
No.
Ron, what's your prediction?
I think, so let me talk about Pittsburgh defense. They played really well last week. And this week, it seems like they have a couple of their DBs back on track to play this week, including Porter, which they'll need because Addison's back for Minnesota. So the defense I'm not concerned with at all. Offensively, that's where I have a little bit of concern. I do think they'll look back at this week and realize that they can't be as conservative. They need to open it up more. I think Flores will be a challenge to Rodgers, and he'll bring some pressure, and that's going to allow for some big plays to happen. So I'm giving Pittsburgh the win here, and I'm going 26. I have them scoring 26 points, and I'm giving Minnesota 17. Who's the Minnesota quarterback?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah. He's a statue back there. I could see another 5-sack game for the Steelers.
Yeah, I can see a lot. I can see some turnovers, but I just don't. Listen, this is a better defense than with the Patriots defense, and you guys struggle. Let's be honest, it was a struggle. I don't think you even did. I'm just looking at the stats. Did you even get 100 yards rushing?
Probably not. No, as a team.
Yes.
No, 64.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this game. I think that 17 points for Pittsburgh, 21 for Minnesota. And 17 points is being very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very generous. Because I don't know if with this defense is if you can score 17 points. You barely scored 21 with the Patriots defense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Every game's different.
And we said,
what did we put up week 1? Like 40 points or something like that?
And that was against a Jets defense who really was trying to figure things out. I think this defense Flores has them tip-top shape. I don't know.
Okay.
In overseas game, we just talked about at the beginning of the pod. Anything can happen.
Yeah. 34 points is what we scored against the Jets. I don't think they'll get quite that high, but I think you're going to see something in between. You know, I think they'll open it up a little bit. I think they'll have no choice.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah, they'll need to.
Ron, who's your upset special?
Yeah, so I am going to the Jacksonville-San Fran game, and I feel like I always get burned when I choose Jacksonville, so I'll probably get burned again here. But San Fran favored by 3.5. I know Mac Jones is playing really well. 43.5 is the over-under. I'm taking Jacksonville to win 20-17. I have zero confidence in this prediction, but that's the upset special that I'm going with this week. I think Mac Jones comes back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking that too about Mac Jones. I'm like, oh, he's like all of a sudden the hero. But this is a home game, so I was leaning towards San Francisco. I think they go 4-0. I don't know if Jacksonville is any good on the road, so I went with San Francisco. My upset special, Ron, is Indianapolis at the Rams. I got them winning 27-21. That's if Daniel Jones plays, because I guess he's up in the air about whether he's going to play or not. But this Colts team, this might be the surprise of the season.
It has been. They've played really well, but keep in mind so they've beaten the Dolphins, Broncos, and Titans. Let's see. Dolphins are 0-3. Titans are 0-3. And who was the other team I said they played? The Broncos they got 1 win. So that's a combined 1-8. The teams that they beat.
Yeah, but they only I don't think they've punted this year.
Yeah.
They have not punted. That means that the offense is whoever the offense coordinator
still
is.
1-8.
Listen,
I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs or anything. I'm just saying
against the Rams, who don't really put what's their record now? 1-2, 2-1.
The Rams. Let's see. The Rams right now are 2-1.
2-1 because they beat Houston, and who was the other team that they beat? The Raiders.
I think so. Let me check real quick. The Titans.
The Titans. So it's not like they're.
I know. It's still early. Still early.
It's like they win against bad teams. I just don't think Indy's it's in that category of bad teams.
Well, beat someone with a winning record. Yeah. You got your opportunity this week, right?
This is it. This is where you find out if they're real or not. So I got them winning 27-21. And that's a big if Daniel Jones plays, because let's be honest, this dude, he took a year off basically, right? Because
he basically didn't play last year.
He didn't play last year, and then all of a sudden, the dude is hitting everybody. I think he has a rating up there. Listen, all power to him. I was watching that Manning cast. I don't think it was this Monday. I think it was last Monday. And he came on there and he's, down to earth guy. And I was just like, listen, if this is how he was in New York then, and they still got rejected, now it makes you think like, do they know what they had? Or is it just like a Saquon Barkley issue again?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah. If you go on a team and you don't have the proper coaching that can develop you and stuff, that's what you get. You see, it happens all the time. So that's what's been happening. Like I said, I'll go back to like Giants today and Dart. I don't know if Dayball's the right guy, because Dart, I think, has all the tools to be a good quarterback. So if he doesn't succeed, doesn't mean that he's trashed. It just means that they need to like clean house. That's what it means.
I mean, he was able to develop Josh Allen. right? He made him into from you're just an average quarterback to like
Develop, or was he just calling plays? Which one was it?
I think he started as a quarterback coach and then he went to the offense coordinator. So he got a promotion. But during that time, he was basically working with Josh Allen. So I don't know if he can do the same to Jackson Dart, but I think he can do it. But let's see. I mean, against the Chargers, it's going to be a tough game. Tough game.
Daniel Jones was always the poor man's Josh Allen to me. I think similar body type, similar arm strength. Jones is a good athlete. He's a poor man's Josh Allen.
Brian Dable couldn't do anything with
exactly.
Him. Damn. So we're gonna go into week number 4. Ron, before we end the show, how was your experience? Because I want to give a big shout out. I know he's probably not gonna listen to this, but my brother for hosting, being very hospitable. I know you don't remember half the game, but overall, how was your experience in Massachusetts? I know you used to live there, but
I loved it. As soon as we landed,
it was good weather.
The weather was perfect. We got in the shuttle, and the shuttle went through the city. Got to see my old stomping grounds, my old apartment as we were on the shuttle. Right by Fenway Park, got to see Boston University, which I spent a lot of time there. I went to BC. My girlfriend went to BU at the time. Then getting into like Framingham and seeing that neighborhood, that town feeling, you just don't have that here in Florida at all. Massachusetts is just different. It made me miss it for sure. The weather was perfect. Can't complain at all. I just had a really good time. And like you said, your brother, his wife, very hospitable. The kids were great. It was good to see them as well. The extended family and friends too. Got to see your nephew's football game, which was fun.
It was fun. I got to announce it, which I didn't know I was going to do.
Yeah.
I got a compliment, which was great, but I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't even see the kids' numbers.
At the game, you had someone hitting on you too. So that was...
I told my wife and my brother's wife that it was sexual assault. It wasn't sexual assault. But the fact that that person was so comfortable with me.
I know. It was just awkward.
It was very awkward. Yeah. But, crazy things happen when you're in Massachusetts.
Yeah. The traveling sucks, though. Spending all the time at the airport and having to deplane and all that stuff. But, I don't miss that at all. But just being there was great. Got to go up there more often. I haven't really had an opportunity to do so. It's been a while since I've been back. I want to say home. It's not really my home anymore. I've been in Florida so long, but it's been so long since I've been there. I need to make more of an effort to go back there for sure.
Yeah, and to be honest, we picked a great time to go. September, October are basically the best months to go there because it's not too hot, it's not too cold. The leaves are changing. Fall time, it's just great.
Yeah.
I have to go back in December, which is snow.
Yeah.
So overall, it was great. It was great. I know 3 years from now we probably end up in Pittsburgh, but who knows by then? Who knows? So next week we'll have week number 5. We'll have our same agenda as we did. It'll be episode 131, and hopefully this week, because we have a bonus episode we recorded prior to the game. And after was a little shaky.
Have you listened to it yet?
I haven't listened to it yet.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be a lot of editing because it was, I remember faintly that there were times where we didn't speak for 2 minutes. We were just holding the microphone. We were like,
we were lit.
Yeah. It was.
Your brother fell asleep at one point in the game.
Yes. He fell asleep. And it wasn't because he was tired. Let's just say that. It wasn't because he was tired.
Yeah.
So we'll have episode 131, week number 5. Stick with us. I'll say peace.
Peace. All right. That's it, guys. That's the end of the show. Thanks so much for all your support and listening today. If you got any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to email us at simsportsmedia@gmail.com. That's SYMSPORTSMEDIA@gmail.com. Peace.